crazy helter skelter scenario that some people today still don't believe is really true, but it came out in testimony, and Vincent Bugliosi ended up calling it in court helter skelter, but even Manson called it helter skelter. It was a real thing.
I don't believe in helter skelter or Vincent Bugliosi's narrative. I never have. I believe he was convicted of things he wasn't guilty of. Here we go. This is you walking for the first time, basically on what... For me, to see this man, Jason Freeman, Charles Manson's grandson, and the only thing he knows is what I consider to be ignorance. I felt really, really super bad for him, and just because I don't believe that Charles Manson is that person. So here now we're coming down onto like the ranch proper, the famous view of the horizon.
Billy is completely passionate, 100%, on my grandfather's bandwagon. I think it's very important for me to understand my grandfather through other individuals who were close to him. The more I learn about my grandfather, the more I can learn about myself from the inside out. You know, it's spiritual.
Down here would be, you know, the 2 rows of western towns, and then all the way down there, the horse corral. We had a driveway right here behind us. There's a very famous picture of Susan Atkins standing here on her tippy toes with the mailbox with those rocks behind her.
Okay.
Well, here you have it, the famous Life magazine Wave Cave, I guess as it's come to be known, a spot everyone likes to come to so much because of that iconic picture.
You know, was my grandfather here for that picture?
He was not here for the picture. That was after his arrest. Okay, the photographers came out here sometime, you know, later and staged shots of the family at the ranch.
Oh, okay.
And so that was that. So from what I heard, a story like a past mouth to mouth was that he said, "What, that rock over there? That was just a rock, you know." But I imagine some people enjoyed this spot. He's thinking all this bad stuff he's carrying with the rest of his confusion. I just tell him, "Hey, dude, you don't have to believe this. Like, you know, there's some things you ought to know maybe about your grandfather and what could have happened, not what they say happened." You talk about asking if any places have any special significance. I would imagine that this place would have held some of the best memories for him. Why don't you pull up a seat on the rock, man?
All right. This rock?
This is the spot where your grandfather and his friends would come most of the time to play their music a lot of the times at night. A spot where a musician, any musician, makes their music.
Yeah.
Is a really sacred spot to any musician. And this is a rock that has now come to be known as Charlie's Rock. Yeah, this is the spot where him and all his friends would come with all their instruments,
okay,
party, play their songs, write their songs.
I never thought as a kid growing up that I'd be sitting on the same rock that my grandfather played on.
I'll tell you what, I'll tell you something else about it. You know, a rock carries vibrations, right? Almost like an amplifier. So if you think of your grandfather sitting here playing those songs, it's got to give you a rush.
You get read some of the songs I wrote?
I got a couple of your albums.
Most of that stuff is just stuff that fell off the edge of the table.
Stand up for just one or scoot over a little. You see this right here? What do you think that is?
Yeah. See, that's CM.
Urban legend is that he actually did carve his initials there in that rock.
I appreciate you bringing me here, man. This is a historical spot, obviously, and I got to see something I've never seen before. Every step of my journey opens up my eyes to something new. I highly appreciate it.
Well, I want you to remember that anytime you're feeling something else, you can always come back to this rock and sit right back down on it and get the same feeling that you're having right now, brother.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah, like guys like JJ and Billy and their passion for my grandfather was immensely high, and they had me thinking that my grandfather is innocent. People in general come at my grandfather from different angles. You know, JJ comes at him with overwhelming love. Billy comes at him with injustice. You know, we got to hammer down on the system, you know. And then you have Grey Wolf.
We use these to sort of get the word out.
My initial connection to Charlie and the family just came from a random meeting with 2 people that knew him well, and they were the most righteous, beautiful people I ever met, and as soon as I was with them on a daily basis, I felt like I was home.
And outside the court, on the sidewalk, some more of Manson's followers were holding their daily vigil.
Grey Wolf's been there since 1970, I think he crawled on the ground to the courthouse with the girls. You can't get much closer than that.